Welcome back to Nine Leaders and part two of the series of Why Nine Leaders. My name is Andrew Grunewald. Very chuffed to be here with you. So I have answered in the first video as to why I've started this platform. The second question I very often get asked is why the name Nine Leaders. Now, it's pretty inherent in the name that this platform is around leadership development, the trials, the tribulations, the successes, the failures, and really is about engaging with other leaders to understand what their strengths are, what their failures have been, what their successes have been, and really what their viewpoint on leadership is, and what is going to be the skills required in this new world that we face. The question, secondly, around the number 9. It wasn't just a random number that I pulled out of the air, but one of the core precepts of Nine Leaders is firstly leading self, leading people, and then leading business or community, etc. So that part of leading self really comes down to that self-awareness. And over the years, like I said, I've been in learning development for the last 20 years. I've led very successful businesses. One of the core aspects of being a leader is that self-awareness. And I've done numerous personality tests, if you want to call it that, whether it's MBTI, whether it's DISC, Myers-Briggs, well, MBTI, I've already said that, HBDI, Merrill Reed communication styles. So I've done a vast range of these certain personality tests, and they all very often speak to the same thing, but from a different perspective. I came across a framework in probably the early 2012, so early 2012, I'd say, called Enneagram. And Enneagram talks to the 9 types. And it's not necessarily just personality. It's not just mental frameworks or communication frameworks, but Enneagram is really around a framework for understanding yourself, firstly. So understanding your type. But then secondly, and most importantly, is being able to get out of your type and integrate with the world around you, with the other 8 types. So Enneagram talks about 9 types, whether you want to call it personality, whether you want to call it thinking styles. And this really revolutionized my understanding of myself. And again, like I said, the idea of getting out of that box and understanding and integrating into the world around you. It wasn't just from one aspect or one flavor. It really spoke holistically to me as a person, and it really resonated very strongly with myself. And over the last 6 or 7 years, 8 years, in fact, it's amazing. I've come into contact with a number of people that have really resonated in terms of their self-awareness. And I start to see how my type would either resonate with them or alternatively lead to potential conflict or barriers, and how as a leader can I break down those barriers to be able to integrate with them. So the reason for the 9 really does come from the 9 Ennea types. And from a leadership side of things, here at Nine Leaders, we really do believe that leadership requires both skills and aptitude to lead. So skills can be taught, which is great. Enneagram talks about that out of the 9 types, any single one type can lead in a certain circumstance. And very often the skills and the awareness can be taught. But secondly, there needs to be an aptitude for leadership, whether it's a desire, a want, whether good or bad, but a real desire to actually lead. So anyone can be a leader, but not everyone is called to lead. And so this is really, Nine Leaders is really an exploration of that, of firstly the skills that are required, not only in current framework, but also in going into the future, as well as in understanding from the aptitude side of things, whereas the potential for myself or anybody else to actually lead, and how can we expose those? How can we integrate those? How can we uncover that potential? To really create effective leaders going into the future. We are sitting in a completely new world now. I think 2020 has thrown up a number of things that has challenged the status quo. Like I said in my previous video in part 1, was really going, are those frameworks that we've built up over a number of years from a psychological perspective, a training and development, a business, politics, religion, are those frameworks really relevant going into the new world? And I think it's more than likely going to be a combination of the two, where we take what does work. We've seen a number of very challenging times and circumstances over the last, or in 2020. So how do we take the best of the old world and combine it with the new world and go, right, what are those skills that are going to be required in the next 20 to 30 years? So that's really the reason why the naming convention around Nine Leaders. Like I said in part one, a big premise of Nine Leaders is around engaging with leaders in various fields, getting an understanding of what their challenges have been, what is their thinking of going into the new world. So face-to-face interviews, potentially, as well as engaging with the written word. I've got quite a vast library on leadership and business books. So I'll be doing a number of book reviews, as well as actual material. So blog posts that will really explore different facets of leadership. So I really hope you're getting value out of this. Don't forget to sign up. I've got the details down at the bottom of the video. So sign up for our blog posts, our weekly blog posts. And yeah, like I said, the real outcome for Nine Leaders is to look at how we can integrate, firstly, understand yourself, understand your people if you are a leader already, develop those skills, and then uncover that aptitude that we all do have potentially. So thanks for joining me, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, take care. Cheers. Bye.